Yo, what's up? So this one is gonna be about the Jets. I just got through watching their unsung. The first unsung that I've seen this year that's been worth my time more than a half hour. Cause all due respect to Lloyd, he was an interesting story, but at about 10, 15 minutes, I had enough of that. Adina Howard, give me about 5 or 6 minutes. There was much there, so those were snooze fest unsungs. This the first one. I'm like, yeah, y'all finally actually got a real unsung that it's actually worth the time. The Jets Polynesian family came over. It's interesting because I remember I was a teenager back in the day, and they were, up around Minneapolis. They worked with David Z, whose brother Bobby Z was in Prince's Revolution, and David Z had done some arrangements and some low production stuff with Prince and some stuff like that, some splashing. So once you understand about the engineering and production, and David Z had some projects on Paisley Parking with Prince, so you could hear the sound, the Jets imagery, the cues. I knew all those imagery things that they was doing, and they had like a Osmond thing, Jackson thing going. The girls' harmony was interesting because they had pretty nice sound, and they had worked with uh, Cross My Heart, which had a Madonna sound. Stephen Bray worked on that and the Minneapolis thing, and but then you got it all over the slow cut, which had like a Gloria Stefan type of thing going on, which I noticed. And they had different things going on with. They had like a multitude of things going on, you know. But at the time, a Polynesian group who was non-black being on black radio, that was kind of a big deal. You couldn't imagine that today because they'll put anything white or that's non-black on R&B radio without necessarily promoting black artists. That's another video, another time, but there's truth to that. But I did like the Jets. I thought they had a freshness about them. My cut was "Rocket to You," and the boys started singing. Bobby Nunn, who used to work with Rick James, was a keyboard player, and that song was originally offered Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they turned it down. Rest in peace, Maurice White. And it fit. It fit a little bit better with the Jets. It really did. But well, they had cuts. They could go both ways. They go upside, up tempo, slow jams. I think if the Jets were out today and say they were strictly on tour working with someone like Bruno Mars, they would be 3 times bigger because imagery and the way things are now, they'd have been even bigger. And had somebody like Bruno with their style and their flow. Oh yeah, because they're very talented. And they were a talented family. It's just that politics of the time and the day, and plus they didn't have that Michael. If you have a big family act, you gotta have that Michael Jackson. You gotta have that one that shines out as the star. And if you don't have a star to break up the family act, the companies are just gonna leave you to the side of the road. They got hustled by their manager, and it's the same old 360 deal, 7 year, 7 album deal, and you sign bad deals, and you thinking because you're touring, wearing nice clothes and all that, but then you get jacked and yanked, and you got to write your songs, produce them, but even then, you still got to have a deal where you get some merchant something, because if we still staying at the crib in the basement, you'd be like how New Edition was pulled off at the bus after tours after going over the world, and your budget is zilch. So it's a lot of stuff to learn about the business. But this was an unsung that was worthy of watching all the way through. Because the last 2 weeks, I was like, look, I'm good after 15 minutes. I mean, one hit wonders or two hit wonders or 2.5 hit wonders ain't worth more than a half hour, let alone. So anyway, that's my take on that. So the Jets Unsung was good. And that's my take on it. A lot of things going on with the music and the stylings, and it represented an era and a time. So it was well done. All right. And peace, respect to Ernie Singleton. I saw him in the MCA records and all that. And the people that were in there was representing. So it was good to hear from the sad how it didn't turn out with the money dividing the family, because the business and family does not mix. You could pretty much look at any family act, and when money's been involved, there's always been some politics. So that's the unfortunate reality of the music business. And they don't care. They only care about the bottom line, the dollars, to make sense. All right, that's my take on the Jets. Feel free to leave a comments, hit the subscribe button, and the bell rings. That's my next episode. And your boy is out for the night. Peace.